If you haven't been here before, my name's Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet. I love all things crochet and yarn. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll stick around for a little while. This week we have another vlog style video. You can hang out with me for the week, chat things, crochet, yarn and whatnot. Grab your work in progress and maybe a cuppa or a glass of wine and let's hang out. Well, hello, it is Monday afternoon. It is day one of this week's vlog, and if I look a little worse for wear, it's because I'm exhausted. I spent well over 5 hours today doing the tidy up / rearranging of my craft room that many of you asked for. So by now, hopefully you've all seen the video. If not, please go and check it out so that it makes all of this worthwhile. It was a big job, bigger than I had anticipated, but it looks great. I know where everything is now. My desk is clear. I can't recall the last time my desk was clear. I know, as I said, I know where everything is. I know where each of the different fibers are. It's tidy, it's neat, it's in order. So I'm really happy about that. There's been zero crochet today because obviously I've been doing that, but I will jump back into it. Probably not tonight. As I said, I'm so tired, but possibly tomorrow. But yeah, I'll give you a quick look in case you haven't seen it, but it was most definitely a very productive day. So if you haven't seen the video, I did swap around. I used to have a ladder there which had some of my makes hanging from it. I just decided that it wasn't working for me anymore, so I've switched out and popped one of my trolleys there. This may not look very different to what it was before, but believe me, it is. It's very different. And yeah, everything at hand there in that trolley. Yeah, it's great. This is all my Year of Granny Squares cal. I've got my squares. Whoops. Got my squares that I've done. I've got my yarn and I've got the book. So it's all great. I know where everything is, including down here underneath. Yeah, it's really great to have it all feeling refreshed, and I think it helps a lot with, feeling motivated as well. So there we go. I'll pop back on tomorrow for some crochet content. Good morning. Present Jenny is very grateful for past Jenny for spending so much time cleaning this room yesterday. It's very much in order. It's organized. My desk was clear, but I've just got a few things I need to do this morning, so I'm getting organized for that. I've just gone outside and taken my final photos for my mini hot dog pup. So because Morgan's releasing that, I think tomorrow, maybe Thursday our time. I think it's Wednesday her time. So she's very close anyway. So there will be a link in this description box if you were interested in this gorgeous little pattern. Now remember, it's a bundle as well. This is the mini and it comes with a larger one as well. So I've done that. Overnight I sold my jumbo turtle. I've had this one for a little while, and I've shown her before. She's gorgeous. I absolutely love her so much. This was made in Premier Parfait XL. It is very, very soft. Very soft and cuddly. So she's going to go to her forever home today. Now, I have two different boxes that I usually use. They're both in this mint color. This is the largest one that I have, but she's not going to fit in there. So I got those from eBay. If you're in Australia, if you are interested in a link, let me know and I'll see if I can find it for you. So I do every now and then, keep boxes and try and reuse them if necessary. So I had kept a couple of larger ones, and she's going to fit in there. Well, I'm still going to have to tuck her fins in a little bit, but she's going to fit in a lot better than she would have in the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and get that order packed up so I can send it out today. I'm going to throw in a couple of little stickers, and you know, this was a larger plushie, more expensive. So I'm also going to wrap this cute little mini turtle, and I'm going to throw in that as well. Do my usual little thank you cards and care instructions. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and then I'm heading out later to meet a friend for brunch, so that will be lovely. I've got my temperature blanket over there. I'm going to catch up on the 13th and 14th, so I will show you that later, but let's go ahead and wrap this order. Good morning. It is now Thursday. I think I last recorded on Tuesday. I'm not too sure. I did have my grandson yesterday and it was ridiculously hot. It is 10 to 15 degrees cooler today. It's raining, but it's a welcome change for me. Normally I'm, not coping very well in the humidity, so I do welcome this rain. Now, I think it was actually on Tuesday, I had a little bit of time, so I did actually go 2 days ahead in my temperature blanket, and I can do that because I'm doing 2023. So I now have 16 squares across. Oops, we're caught up there. 16 squares across. I only need two more, and then I will be working back along this way. Now, I think someone asked me, maybe in last week's video, someone asked me about, I think, separating between the months, how I was going to do that. I'm not going to bother about distinguishing the months, I guess. I'm just going to do my normal join as I go. So, starting one corner, going along, working back, and just continually doing that. So I think the only things that I will distinguish is probably the 30th of September, which is my grandson's, that was when he was born. And I might do, I don't know if my daughters are going to want this blanket. She'll love the sentiment behind it, but she's quite particular when it comes to blankets and decor and whatever. So I will ask her if she would like this blanket. If she does not, and if she does, I will distinguish her birthday and my son-in-law's birthday as well. If she doesn't, then I might make it mine and my husband's birthday. So we'll see. We will see. But either way, so far so good, even though I'm not fond of the colours. But it's, yeah, it's coming along well, the temperature blanket. So I did this morning also sit down, and because I'd only written out the first 3 months. So this morning I made quite a few mistakes, but I went ahead and did the rest of the year. So I have all of my temperatures recorded, so I don't need to do that anymore. The very unusual thing is that there was no data for the 2nd and 3rd of August. There was a low for the 2nd, but no high. And there was neither a low nor high for the 3rd of August. So very weird. I'm wondering whether the weather station was hit by lightning or something. I'm not sure, but I've got plenty of time to perhaps look at other sites and see if I can find it somewhere else. But either way, I will work it out. So that's the temperature blanket update. I've done my square for the year of Granny Squares Cal. So I go essentially 1 week ahead of everybody else, so that I can, at the end of each video, I show the square for the following week. So I've done that, and I'll need to be recording that video this afternoon. Now, the only other thing, now hopefully you have all seen the video. I popped an extra video up last night because I decided to run a new challenge that I'm going to do all year, and that is the Pattern Stash Busting Challenge 2025. So hopefully you've seen the video, but essentially I am going to make 2 makes from one of my purchased patterns, whether that's from Etsy, a website, Ravelry, whether it's coming from one of my crochet magazines or a book that I already own. Before I purchase any patterns at all, even if I really love them, I'm going to make sure that I've made 2 makes from one of the ones that I already have. So a number of people have already said that they're going to jump on board as well. So that's fantastic. I'm happy to share those makes as well. Now I did show in that video that now this is such an old issue. It's issue 79, and I had a look online and I think they're up to issue 157 of Simply Crochet. So I'm going to make that mouse. I think I'm going to do different colors, and I don't have the yarn it recommends, which is DMC Natura just cotton, 100% cotton, but that's okay. I'm sure I have something that's going to work out just fine. So hopefully I can start that today. I have received a couple more projects that people have made for the Made in Australia Cal. So there's still a bit over a week, probably about a week and a half before I require your entries, please, or sorry, your pictures of your projects. So I'm just loving seeing, I got in something else today that I haven't seen as yet. So it's really cool to see what is inspiring people. So keep them coming. Oh, can you hear the rain? The other thing I did want to share was, this is kind of getting back to temperature blankets. One of my lovely subscribers, Lynn, who is also part of our Year of Granny Squares Cal, her and I were talking about her temperature blanket that she made last year, Now, Lynn made this birthday to commemorate hers and her twin sister's 60th birthdays. She said that her twin sister made one as well. Sorry, I'm looking down to her email to remind myself. She did silver rose around her birthday, as well as her husband and son's birthday, and a red outline around Canada Day because she's from Canada. She also did black separating each month. So she's separating, I'm not. At least I don't think, no, I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Some other stats on this blanket because it's huge. I will obviously be showing photos here. It was 360 stitches wide. Wow, just wow. And it was 384 rows. Obviously that's factoring in, I guess, separating the months as well, etc. It fits over a queen size bed. She said that the stitch count is around about 140,470. That's such a lot of work, such a lot of work. And she also estimates that it took her about 125 hours to complete. But, you know, like, what a fantastic thing to be able to look back on, you know, commemorates such a big birthday. So well done, Lynn. It looks great, and I'm happy that you are happy for me to share this on the channel so that everyone else can see your awesome work. So now I need to do some boring stuff. I'd much rather be sitting here crocheting. However, I need to, you know, it's that time of the year where I like to try and do it, but I really have to motivate myself, and that's do a little bit of a administrative financial overhaul where you know, try and get better deals for your insurances and things like that, your mortgage rate and whatnot. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing that, and then I'll let you know how I go. But yeah, I think the fact that I can reward myself by crocheting if I get stuck in and do that, that's going to motivate me. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back on later to let you know that I did great and I'm now crocheting. Rightio, little update. Unfortunately, I'm not coming back on to tell you that it's crochet time. These tasks are taking much longer than I had hoped. I am still to contact my bank about my mortgage. Oops. But I have managed to change energy providers, and that's going to save me quite a bit of money, I think, which is awesome. And I've just organised a new policy for my home and contents. So how expensive has home insurance become? It's just insane. Anyway, I do have to also go to the dentist soon. Fun for me. But I just thought I'd very, very quickly show you my delivery that came this morning of my Patti's plush. Now, I know I did just do my reorganizing thing. I know I have a lot of yarn. This is, you know, this is specifically for plushies, and it's definitely one of my top choices. It's my go-to. There was a restock. It had been sold out for a while, so, and I just wanted to ensure that I didn't miss out, because I hadn't been, when I did my first order, I missed out on a lot of colors that I wanted. So I've grabbed those, and you know, I'm not going to be needing yarn for a little while, but I thought I'd quickly show you. If you come here a lot, you know I love this yarn. So I grabbed this blue, which is called Bowerbird, really pretty. This one I hadn't had before. This is Lorikeet. It's a gorgeous green. I wish I had have had that around Christmas time for some Grinches. I've had yellow before. That's called Honey Eater. I've had the white before. That's called Cockatoo. So I grabbed 3 Cockatoo. There's another Lorikeet. Now this one I haven't had before. This is Bandicoot. It's a beautiful light caramel colour. I grabbed 3 of those. I grabbed 4 of these, which is Wombat, and I'm very glad that I did because it is sold out. So and I think I didn't have this one before either. This is Rosella. So yeah, I love this yarn. Oh, and I grabbed Magpie Black. So I'm topping up my Patti and Bango's place. Yeah, I'm topping up my Patti's plush. So this is going to keep me going for a while now. As I said, I knew that it was possible that some of these colours were going to run out again, and I didn't want to miss out. So I'm good for a while now, but I just wanted to share that with you. And I know some of you, I think, were keen to try this yarn. I really, really do highly recommend it if you're in Australia for plushies. It's great to work with. It really is. That's it. I need to get ready, go to the dentist, hopefully just for a general scale and clean. And yeah, unfortunately, there still may not be much crochet when I get back because I'm still going with my administrative things. But either way, there'll be more tomorrow. So I'll check in with you then. Hello, it is Friday, about lunchtime, and I thought I would do a little check-in. Now I have spoken about my challenge, my hashtag Pattern Stash Busting Challenge 2025. And in my first video, I mentioned that I was going to be making a little mouse. I went to start it and I went through my stash and I just wasn't 100% happy with what I had available to me colour-wise and everything. And I certainly don't want to be buying any more cotton just for that. So I've put that aside. I went through a few more of the magazines and actually started a pot holder, but then that wasn't grabbing me either. So I have now gone back to this book, which I bought during the year last year, Fluffy Amigurumi Animals by Christine Marvel, and I haven't made anything yet. So I decided, now this is what I'm making. Oh, it's so adorable. It is Coco the Cocker Spaniel. So now this recommends, the yarn she's used is Bella Baby Nippers, and that is from Spotlight. But again, I didn't want to go and have to specifically buy that yarn. I was going to use some of my Patti's plush, but then I settled on Premier Basics chenille. My gosh, she's going to be a big girl. And I considered whether to frog it and start again so it's not so large, but then I thought, oh, let's just make her a big girl. I'm just hoping that I have enough of the chenille, which this color is called Sand, and obviously white, but this is her head. Look at the size of her. Yeah, you can tell her head's going to be big. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I don't think I'll do another update in the vlog for this because I want to keep that separate for my playlist that's dedicated to that challenge. I'm also happy to see that a number of people are jumping on board, so that's fantastic. But this is where I'm up to. This will be make number 1 for my goal of making 2 makes from patterns that I already have before I can buy any more patterns. So that's where I'm up to there. I also just wanted to give a little shout out to one of our little friends in our community here, Geraldine. Now, Geraldine has just started her own channel. It is G Off the Hook Crochet. I'm pretty sure I've got that right. I'll have it on the screen. I'm going to have her channel linked below. Go and check out her channel. Her work is beautiful. So I'd really love to, I'd love you to show us some love over there. I've already subscribed myself, and yeah, new year, great time to start a channel. I know I procrastinated on starting my channel for at least 18 months, at least, yeah. And honestly, it's just one of the best things I've ever done. I love the community and I met so many lovely people. So yeah, great job, Geraldine. And yeah, go and show us some love. So that is the update. I think it's actually cold here today for the first time in like it was definitely cooler yesterday, but today it is cold. I went out and met my daughter and grandson for a coffee, and they both had jumpers on, and like it's crazy to be having a jumper on at this time of year. But anyway, it's the world we live in, isn't it? So that's the update for today. I might even do another couple of squares of my temperature blanket today. So there's that. I'm catching up on some YouTube, but yeah, that's the update for now. I will either pop back on later or tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Hello, it is Saturday, a bit after lunchtime, and it is raining cats and dogs. It has barely stopped. It's just, yeah, it's a very big change from all of the humidity and heat that we've had, but I've been out this morning, got saturated, so it's definitely a good day to stay in and crochet. So I have been working on the first project that I'm doing for my new challenge. So that's just working from one of my, I think I showed it. Yeah, I've showed it. It's the dog. It's Coco, the Cocker Spaniel. It's coming along well, but using the Premier Basics chenille, it is a little bit harder going, so I'm having breaks from it. But if you can see my Spot Saver yarn there, which I sort of came across when I did my recent cleanup, I'm feeling a really strong urge to start a ripple blanket with that. So I'm considering doing that. So yeah, watch this space. It could very well be on the cards, I think. I just keep staring at it. I think it will make a beautiful, beautiful ripple blanket. And I love ripple blankets. They're so therapeutic. You just get into the rhythm. You don't even have to think about it. So that could be on the cards. So yeah, I'll check in again later, and if I've started it, I'll show you some progress. We are now Sunday, and as it turns out, I really didn't end up crocheting much of yesterday, although it was actually the perfect weather for it. So, and I haven't done much today either. I'm just feeling a bit blur, actually. I did grab some of my Spot Saver, and I started working on a ripple blanket like I had said that I might, and it was going okay, but I just, you know, when you're just not feeling it. So I frogged that, and I started just making a few. These are just 2 round grannies at the moment, but I'm not even sure what I don't know. I don't have a project in mind. I don't know if I was thinking I could make a heap of these, join them in, or either maybe add, I think it would look good with the green. Be fairly bold, but I think it would look good with that green there. And maybe also the cream, but yeah, I don't know. I could make like a book cover or something like that. I don't know if I want to do another granny square blanket. I mean, I could, but I don't know. I just can't decide. It's driving me crazy. But anyway, I have been plugging away with the first make for my pattern stash busting challenge. And that's annoying me because, I mean, it is going to turn out very cute, but as I showed you earlier in the vlog, I'm using Premier Basics chenille, so it's just turning out really large and it's taking a bit longer. So I'm just doing that in bits and pieces. The only other thing I have done is I have finished my first row of the temperature blanket. I'll grab that. So I'm up to date as of today officially because it's the 18th. So I went all the way to the end. So the last 2 days are here. First time of introducing this apricot colour. And then I worked all the way back. So now I'm back to the start. So from tomorrow I'll be working up here. So yeah, I really am going to be very interested to see how this project holds my attention. I mean, 18 days in, going great guns, but we'll see. Now, the other thing I have just been sitting here doing is I went through all of, well, most of, not all, I went through a lot of my pattern books and magazines and also my Etsy purchases, and I chose 32 different projects that I would be okay with making. I think there's some that I'm going to be happier than others, but we'll see. I chose 32 different projects, so that now obviously the first one's already chosen. I've entered it into wheelofnames.com, and yeah, I'm going to let that pick my second project for the month. Now, the majority of these choices are amigurumi or plushies. However, there are a couple of different things. There's actually 2 blankets in there, so that's going to be interesting if I get those because it's such a large project, but we shall see. So I will give you a little bit of a look at that, and we might even though I'm trying to keep it separate, we might just choose my next project for the month just to end the vlog. I think that might be a nice way to end the vlog, so let's do that. Okay, so here we go. I have my 32 entries in there. I'm just going to shuffle it so they are all mixed up. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but here we go. We're going to give it a little spin and see what my next project is going to be for the month. I don't even know what I want it to be, but let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's clicked over. Okay. I can do that. A Twinkle Fairy from Pocketful of Posies. Now, this is a pattern in my Etsy that I have purchased. There are options for different fairies. I will have a picture on screen so that you can see. I thought that was so close to being the Nessie, and I have had that pattern for so long, and I'm not really sure why I haven't made it, except for the fact that it does need a lot of yarn, and I never think to actually have a look and see what's in my stash and whether I have enough for it. But anyway, we will make one of the fairies. So that's probably, you know, a reasonably quick make, so I'm not unhappy with that at all. So there we go. I'll be able to take that one out now, and yeah, I think this is a good way to actually do the challenge. So there we go. So I think that's going to be a good way for me to continue this challenge, particularly when I've just got so much indecision around projects at the moment. So I will start that possibly tonight. It's funny because I don't actually like to have too many whips on the go, but I'm finding that I definitely do need a bit of a break now and then from the first make, the Cocker Spaniel. So that's going to keep me busy, but I'm going to wrap up the vlog there, I think. If you have enjoyed hanging out with me, please let me know below. Like, share, all of that thing. It kind of helps the algorithm, you know, let people know that, hey, someone else might like to listen to this woman rave on. But yeah, that's it, because I really am raving on. Thank you so much for being here. Next week, next Sunday, will be our video for the reveal of the Made in Australia Cal 2025. So I am beyond excited to create that video. As I have said, I have received a number of emails with people's pictures of their projects, and I honestly can't wait to share them all with you. So, and as well, give you a look at mine, and that will be next week. So if you are still creating, you have until about the 24th. If you are still working on it and you're not sure if you're going to make the 24th, just let me know. Send me an email. If I'm aware, I can still go ahead and then add it in later if I know that it's coming. So just let me know. It's not a problem. I hope you've all had a great week and weekend, and I hope that the week ahead is very kind to you. So thanks for being here. Bye for now, and I will see you next time.